I'm up here live now. Wow. After the day I had today, I didn't think I'd be up here on this. Hello, how you doing? I didn't think I'd be here today on this. Thank you for the thumbs up. Thank you. Um, what happened was I've been out all day messing with my car at a mechanic shop. And I thought I was getting there early. I got there at 9 o'clock. Mechanic wasn't there. Then it was he said come back at 2, and then so he put all the brakes on the car, and 'cause we thought there was a noise coming from the front driver's side, like a bump, 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 bump when you drive it, and plus a grinding sound. So that being said, we put the brakes on, brand new brakes all the way around, and the sound was even worse. And I took it right back to him within about not even a minute. We turned around and came back. And he said, I think it's the front differential, I think is what he called it, four-wheel drive vehicle. So he think it's the front differential. And he said, you can come back and see me tomorrow, but something telling me, because each shop keeps, diagnosing it different. So long story short, it's going to cost me an arm and a leg. It's going to cost me an arm and a leg to fix it. We'll see. We'll see. I'll mention it when I go back online again, what it actually cost me. But today we're talking about tomatoes, and the reason why we're talking about tomatoes is because tomatoes is the most popular vegetable in your garden throughout, over and over again. Any garden that starts out always does at least some particular type of tomato. And that being said, is I'm so anxious to get started. I'm anxious to get started. My goodness. I had an alarm set off on my phone that told me it's time to start your seedlings. And it told me that because I set it for a certain time, to get me enough. But I don't want to plant them too early. That I don't want to do. And someone said something today at work, said in another 38 days will be in spring. I said 38 days. That doesn't give me a lot of time. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to definitely make certain that I'm ahead of the game. Then tomorrow here in Zone 7B, Maryland, our temperatures are expected to plummet, they say. And so that's something to think about. So, it doesn't give me a lot of time to play with. I got to get things up and running here. The vehicles. Got 2 vehicles down. I got to get 2 vehicles up. Just that simple. And it's hard to work on them when it's in the wintertime. And that's what I'm faced with. Let's see. But I will prevail. It's just that simple. Now, let's see. My gardening, like I said, I got to make certain that I get everything up and running. Up and running. Get those pretty tomato plants in those containers. When I first start seeing those plants come up. Now, pepper plants are more temperamental when it comes to uh, what we call temperatures. Peppers are just, you don't want to just put them in there when you got areas that you're trying to keep them alive in that are 40 and 50 degrees. You don't want to be messing with that. That's going to be very tough. I did it one year where I was losing tomato plants. Then when it got warmer, I started getting tomato plants, and then when it got warmer, I started able to keep my pepper plants. But this year, smaller rabbit, I know that your biggest issue is going to be temperature with peppers. I know that my biggest issue is going to be with eggplant. It's temperature. So it's no point in even starting them unless you're willing to keep that area 75, 80 degrees. Yes, I am so excited. So excited. And anyone happen to know about buying garden tools directly from the company, as opposed to going to Home Depot or Lowe's? Has anyone ever done that? Go directly to the company. It's a weed trimmer I want that's made by Troy Built, and I don't want to go to different parties and to get that markup. I'm trying to go directly to whoever's selling it, the manufacturer. Is it possible? Question I've been pondering for days now. Yes. Ah, yeah. Oh, okay, okay. Thank you very much, Garden City. Thank you very much, very much. I appreciate it. Um, yeah. So that's where I'm at right now. I have all my seeds ready, and I've been telling everyone today. For some reason, tomatoes. I said buy. Uh, I think it's brandy wine. Buy brandy wine tomatoes and grow those. I've been telling everyone, old people, young people, start your garden shit. Brandy wine tomatoes. One of my new tomatoes that I'm growing this year. I'm excited about it. I have grown tomatoes in the past that I did not like when I would grow them because I buy them in the store, I would grow them and say, "Oh, this one grows big," and I would get it, and then it was like milly tasting, and not my lots of lots of fluid in it, and it was not my type of tomato. Then I've had tomatoes that were incredible tasting. So this year I selected Cherokee. I think it's Cherokee Purple and Brandywine, and also Food Forest Permaculture uh, tomato seeds he gave me, and I'm going to plant those as well. I'm excited, folks, and I just can't hide. Oh, okay, okay. The left margin. Thank you very much. Where did you get the copper oil at? The copper oil. Oil. Agriculture oil. I heard that. Oh, yeah. Okay, a Garden City. Listen, Garden City. You and I are in the same boat. Oh, neem oil. Neem oil. Okay, okay. Now let me tell you something. I went to one of the stores. It was Home Depot to buy the neem oil. Somebody turned me against it. They said, "Wait a minute, don't do that." They said, "Get the pure neem oil." So I went online and I found the pure neem oil. Comes in a container, stuff like that. You mix it up, do what you got to do with it. But it's called pure neem oil, and it depends on who you ask about what effectiveness it is. Dormant oil, one called dormant oil. I think that copper oil. That, Garden City wants to eat their fruit as opposed to having them growing and watching the bugs go right after them as soon as they get any kind of size to them. Go right there, right after them, drilling holes in them, and then you look at them, and before long, every last one of them's been pretty much damaged. I've been there, been there. Okay, you use three oils. Do you mix them together? or one at a time. All three oils. Copper oil. Where do you get the copper oil from? I'm thinking it's this stuff. I'm gonna show you. I have a picture of it. Good evening. This is the one I saw at Home Depot, I think it is. I don't know if you can see that. Okay, yeah. Can anyone see that? I don't know if you can see that. It's fruit and tree spray, concentrate. Makes up to 21 gallons. Controls both insects and listed diseases. That's what it says on it. It's sold at Home Depot. Trusted brand since 1926. A complete fruit tree spray. That's what it says, complete. So I guess I'll be buying this because this is $14 a bottle. $14 a bottle. And that's the name of it there. It's at Home Depot, and that's why I saw that. So I'll be buying the concentrate because I have about 25 trees, so I have to make sure that I have enough. Let's say spray now or after the tree blooms. No, you don't spray after it blooms. No, you spray before it blooms. After it blooms, it's too late. No, not till after it blooms. No, no. They already, the bugs are doing their thing after that. You want to get them while they resting, while they in that deep dormant sleep. You want to spray them, choke them out. Then when your trees bloom, they don't go right to your fruit. They go right to the fruit. They know how to get to the fruit. Cherries in my orchard, they do the worst damage to the cherry trees. They get in there, and when you go to eat the cherry, there's a white worm. And hello, how you doing there, sir? How you doing? Good to hear from you. Always, always, always a pleasure. I mean, I got you. I'm not just siding with anyone, but I see Garden City out there. I see permaculture out there. I see Left Margin out there. I see people out there that you always see them come to your site. And there's quite a few others. I'm sorry if I didn't mention your name, but there are so many that you see them come in and they carry on a conversation. They involve themselves in as far as answers and solutions. I mean, they on it. They on it. You can learn when you come on this channel. These people are knowledgeable individuals. Knowledgeable. But if you have fruit trees, the last thing you want is to go year in and year out over and over again having bugs eat them up. That really ticks you off. They wait until you have your fruit coming on, peaches, plums, cherries, and then the bugs go right in and eat them up. I have pulled cherries open and saw a white worm laying right next to the seed. And I said, isn't this a shame? I said, this don't make no sense. Come on, I say to myself. My friend sit me right down and he talked to me. See now, I'm gonna tell the world if it feels this good being used, or you just keep on using me till you use me up. Bill Withers, until you use me up. Oh, I'm so excited. God, I can't wait. My grow area is 40 degrees. Let's see. Okay, so are you saying this is the same thing I just showed the label to? Let me see. Let's see now. Where did he put them? Yep, it's the same thing. I got you. I'm with you now. It's a concentrate that's all in one. That's how it was. Yeah, concentrate is all in one, and it looks like this. I don't know if you can see that. I got questions now. My fruit trees are in the apartment. Long, let's see, long, or let's see, anyone, restaurant. Oh, you okay? Okay, I got you. You got individual items. Now this here says it's all in one. This particular one here says it's all in one. Okay, I'm just reading along with what you got there. Oh, let's see. Hello, hello to everyone. Everyone. I kept I put some new videos up, basically talking about seeds again. I thought one day, see, 52 and 52 and sunny here. 52 and sunny. 52 and sunny. Ah, I remember those days. Tiffany. What state? Oh, okay, okay, I got it there. Look at this right here. That's it. The trees in the city are blooming early this year. The trees are blooming early. Laugh out loud. Call up. Let's see what we got here. 49 here. Let me see. Let me see what temperature it is here. Because you got me curious. Right now, I'm going to check. Because the temperature's supposed to be going down tonight. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, can you see that? Can anyone at all see this and make it out? It's 28 degrees. Yeah, right. But this is you said, ouch, 28. It's going to get colder than that tonight. It's going to go down to, they say 19. Oh, okay, you're visiting. Okay. Is there anyone in this room that will be growing okra this year? Is there anyone in this room that will not be growing okra this year? Okay, Garden City, yes. Ah, man. Organic food, yes. Wow. Tony, yes. Um, I want to try this year. Oh, you want to try it this year? Yeah. It's. I like the way it tastes. I said hi. Okay, so yes, Tony. Yes, I'm not. Okay, yes, I'm not. Okay, say no okra. Don't like. Okay. Honest person. Left margin said don't like okra. I will be growing both greens and okay. Okra is a well, y'all just superfood. Oh, I didn't know okra was a superfood. I did not know that. I did not know that, as Johnny Costa would say. I did not know that. Oh, let's see. Robbie and Gary. All right. Like Barry White would say, Shorty Ryan. Hey, everyone. This is beautiful. I want to try purple. Oh, so I looked at the purple at one time, and then I said, for me, stick to the green, Napoleon. You know what that is. Stick to the green. Stick to the green, fellas. Stick to the green. Let's see. I don't care for it. A lot of people don't care for it. Okay. Okay, I'll visit. But I tell you one thing. A question here I want to ask you. Food forest. When we see you blending, when we see you processing that food to eat, can you do that in a blender? I mean, is it possible to do what you do in a blender? Oh, you only use a blender. So you're saying it because he puts things in there. I think he put like cucumber. Yes, you will have more fiber. Well, and I got a very nice blender. Wait a minute, I have two blenders. One is an older one that needs a blade, and I will put a blade in it, and also the little rubber gasket that's in between both of them, so that way it doesn't leak. They sell all that at Walmart, and then I put in there and blend to my heart's desire. Because I used to see Food Forest Farmer Coffee doing that, And I look at him and I said, man, he is doing it right. He is doing it right. Morning Garden, I saw your you saw that video. Okay, okay. What did you think? What did you think? Make sure I'm doing the right thing. Oh, thank you, thank you very much. Oh my God. Hey, let me tell you something about the smoothie video. Here's something I learned about smoothie. When you eat vegetables like I was eating them, that stuff is like, for lack of a better word, medication. If you overdo it, you can cause problems. But if you do it in moderation, you're fine. I was drinking so much they call it a kale, that one day I went to work, I drank a whole 12-ounce glass. I was drinking it every day. And I was so hyped up when I went to work. I said, oh my God, what's wrong with me? And so I learned not to do that anymore. I mean, my energy level went through the roof. I couldn't calm down. I mean, through the roof, folks. I'm still thinking about that right now. I said, wow, truthful country. Because I was I was drinking kale every day, kale with orange juice, strawberries, things like that, and my energy level was through the roof. I said, "Oh my God, I don't feel good," because I think the lights in the rooms were bright and all that, and I was like, "What is going on here?" I said, "If I get through this, Lord, I won't do this no more." That's what I said. And then when it calmed down, I started doing it in moderation, and then I was fine. Yes, yes, yes. It was. When I think back at it, it was kind of funny. When I think about it, I said, "Wow, I didn't know plant life had that kind of power." Okay, yep, I've been hearing that. It has a lot of sugar. Orange juice. My lady even tells me to cut back on it. Got you. You're absolutely right. Your heart rate goes faster, and yeah, that's what was happening to me. I was standing there going, talking to my supervisor, and my heart was going, blah, 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 blah. And I was saying, "Oh man, I don't feel good. When is he going to stop talking? Oh my God, please let him stop talking. I got to get out of here." Oh, I didn't know that. We can trigger asthma. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. But low potassium cause issues. The power in food. And I'm hearing from you good people, you're saying, yeah, you could do what Food Forest Permaculture is doing. You could do that in a blender. And Food Forest is saying you will have more fiber in it because you're eating the skin and everything. Let me tell you something about that growing that ginger. I went to the store. I bought $1 and something worth of, fit in the palm of your hand, a little tiny bit. And it was an old grocery store where it was all, the ones I bought was kind of wrinkled up. They was drying out, and so I bought them anyway. Once I got them growing, It was beautiful. And then I got to neglect it because too much was going on, and those things needed. I left them outside too long when it got once it go below 40 degrees. Ginger don't like that. Um, but when you bring them indoors in the winter and you put them in a pot of soil in an area that doesn't have a lot of light, just just a warm kind of area, you will have ginger. I call it ginger seeds. That's what because they act like seeds. You put them in there and they just grow and they grow beautifully. Ginger, to me, it was a beautiful thing to grow. I mean, it was like so basic to me. I would go put it in the soil, sprinkle some fertilizer in there. I think it was like bone meal and blood meal, and cover it up, and it would start shooting up through the top, and would create all these big roots, beautiful, healthy roots. And heck, I was in ginger. Oh, okay. Oh, ginger. Okay, yeah, ginger is a great thing to grow because number one, it's healthy for you. Number two, it's expensive as hell. It is expensive as hell, and I tell people, yeah, it's a beautiful thing to grow some ginger. Because when I was buying it there, it was $3. It was $3 a pound. It was $3 a pound, and I started out with $1 worth, and then before I knew it, I had all this beautiful ginger everywhere. Beautiful. I mean, it's a beautiful thing to grow ginger. Once you get addicted to growing it, and don't make it over complex. It's simple. What I did, I put it in some good soil. I like to make my own potting soil. Put it in there. Put about 4 inches of it. No, no, I put it about halfway full, and I put the ginger in there, and I sprinkled on top of it the blood meal and the bone meal. And the ginger loves that stuff. And you put it in there, and you just keep it, kind of watered, and you keep it in a. So they say put it in a sunny location, but mine was like partial sun, and they were growing beautiful. I mean, they were growing beautiful. Then when they start turning brown on you, the leaves, then you got ginger waiting underneath there for you. I mean, they can grow big and bust the pot wide open. I mean, they can get some weight in that pot where you'll say, "Oh my God!" When you take it out of there, you will look and say, "I don't believe I grew this much ginger." They slow growers. Um, People tell you different stuff. Bring them home, soak them in warm water, soak them in regular water. Everybody does it different. Me, I didn't soak it. I just brought it home, looked at it before I bought it, and saw those little on the sides that look like little fangs. They're nothing but the protrusions where the roots are going to come out. And I made sure that they have them. Some ginger they cut those off in the grocery store for whatever reason. They cut them off. I've seen that when they cut them off, like they don't want you to grow it. But when I find one of them old grocery stores, when I see them old grocery stores, they uh, they leave it on there. And trust me, you don't need a lot to start it growing. You don't need a lot. All you need is one or two, maybe three pieces, and that's it. I like doing it that way because it's like you coming up and you're building something. I tell you, ginger. I'm just thinking about ginger. I used to make ginger tea every night. Ginger tea, a little bit of honey, and I boil the ginger and pour it in there. If you got a messed up stomach, that stuff is great for a messed up stomach. I mean, think about it. It's expensive at the store, yet it's so easy to grow. Ginger is easy to grow. Oh yeah, I love it. I like getting together on this channel and speaking with all of you. I like that because each of you, I mean, you serious gardeners. I can tell that. All this information out there, and I just love it. I just love it. My let's see. Try to grow ginger. I have. Uh, okay, okay. You said you're having the hardest time trying to grow ginger. Let me tell you something about ginger. Some schoolers spray them dang on things so they don't grow. They spray them so they don't grow. They won't grow. It's some type of inhibitor. So you can run into those two. I always was very leery of those. But if you see it in the grocery store and you see those little, it look like along the side of it, it looks like little fangs on the side, little white sort of protrusions. And those tell me that this will grow before I even purchase it. Because I've seen some where I looked at it and it was real big pieces. And I looked at them and I noticed that all little fangs were cut off. And I said, damn, why they do this? It's like they don't want you to grow it. That's interesting. I had some thumbs up and now they're all gone. Interesting. Never seen that before. Um, but yeah, I mean, trust me, ginger easy to grow. Bring it home in the winter. I like to do it in the winter. Put it in a pot of soil. Keep it moist, not wet. Just moist, and be patient. And when the spring comes in, you can dig it out and look at it. You only need a small pot to put up in the house until to spring come. But you're going to hey, how you doing? The bull is in the room. Ah, the bull. I still see you, and I feel for you. I still see you moving those compost piles around, and I look and I say, he good. He good. He's doing what's right. He enjoys gardening. You can tell that. You can tell. Thank you for the thumbs up, everyone. Thank you. Something happened to my first five I had on there. They were gone. But that being said, I passed a garden today behind a store called Popeyes. All of you have heard of Popeyes, I'm quite sure, or they just in Maryland. But at any rate, big beautiful garden behind the store where someone lived, and I'm picturing the garden's got, oh my God, the garden was about 80 feet this way and 150 feet this way. And they had all these trash bags stacked up right on the planting beds. Stacked up. Wasn't nothing in those bags but leaves. And I kept thinking, why would they leave the leaves there in the bag when they should be out of the bag breaking down? And I hope they don't make this dreadful mistake, which is take all the leaves out of the bag and till them into the soil. That's a mistake. I've done that before. Once you rob that soil from all that nitrogen, you're gonna say, "Oh my God!" And it'll take next year for you to grow anything in that space because all that nitrogen will be gone once it's got to break down all those leaves. So lay it on top, unbagged, they're not gonna blow away. And you lay them on top, spread them out, and let the rain and the snow and the rain and the snow hit them, and you're almost there. Then when the spring comes, if they don't all break down, you push them aside and you plant your plants down in there. And each time it rains, it will create this rich, 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 rich compost tea. So you're doing it the Mother Nature way. Yeah, pathway soil banks. I've seen you do that. Oh, wait a minute, wait a minute. I thought it was somebody else did. Pathway soil banks is another great way of doing it. But I tell you, these we all know. We've looked for many years. We've looked for that magic bullet. We looked for it over and over and over again. It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. The only magic you got out there, the only magic you have out there is organic matter. That's it. The stores can't sell you anything. If you know what's what, you know what time it is. They can't sell you stuff. Oh, this will make it grow. This will make your corn seeds jump out of the ground. This will make your beans jump out of the ground. Please, come on. You know what the deal is. Beans are going to grow the way beans grow, and you can make them healthier by keeping them watered properly, staying on them, going out there in the yard, going out there paying attention to your crops, pulling off dead leaves, pruning them when they need to be pruned, going out there paying attention to them. And that's how you do it. It's no magic. It's no magic bullet. It is nothing but work. You put work in. Don't plant the seeds out and then say, okay, it's all done. Because when you do that, you'll see your seeds growing a little bit, and then they'll just stop. And when they stop, they're doing it for one reason. Because something's going on. Either they're not eating right, or not drinking enough water, or something's going on. You know how it is. And so you want to pay attention to them. That's what you want to do. Pruning makes things grow. Water makes things grow. Food makes things grow. So, you feed them at the right time and everything, you've got nothing to worry about. And do pay attention to organic matter. That's what's going to improve your soil. And it will take you time to get that soil the way you want it. And it's going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen overnight. Beautiful. Food forest. You said it right there. You said it right there. It's not. It's not. It's not. Not a difficult thing to do. I used to get frustrated. Go, these tomatoes won't grow. Oh my God, why don't this stuff grow? And then I said, wait a minute. They designed these seeds to grow in the healthiest, most fertile soil. And if your soil doesn't meet those standards, and your soil is heavy and loaded with clay, those seeds, those plants are gonna struggle. Oh, thank you very much. God darn it, I love that. Let's see, Nightcrawler. Thank you very much. Let's see. I have. Yep, that's right, people. Good people. That's right. Add that organic matter. Add it. It's essential. It's the key. It's the key. You can't. I mean, and other nutrients you can add them in there. You can add, like I said, organic matter in there. You can add different types of organic matter. You can add manure. I mean, you can just get down with a lot of stuff. Worms are good. Key. Worms are very important for your garden. You'll see them in there if you're getting your soil right. You'll see worms in your garden. Worms are going to come wherever there's food at. And if the biology in the soil is where it should be, it's going to bring the biology up, and then the worms are going to follow the biology. They're going to eat everything that they can. Worms are predators in the soil. They go after it. No, I haven't seen my neighbor use my weed whacker. I tell you, when when you buy a good weed whacker, that was my first one that was like professional grade. Um, and someone comes in. The only thing really bothered me, someone came into my property and took something. That's what really bothered me, and I felt like wow, somebody, and I didn't see him. That means somebody got past my defenses and they took something. And I think I had it maybe a month. I think maybe 3 weeks, something like that. and they took it. So best wishes to them. They needed it or whatever. They got it. They, do what you got to do. But I'm going to replace that, and I'm getting a better weed whacker. And this time, I'm going to keep it in a place that will be a lot more difficult to get to than the other one that I previously owned. Yes, I did. I felt pretty bad about that. I felt pretty bad about that. I mean, um, I, I I just can't imagine doing that to anybody. Doing it to anybody. They work because my mind works like this. They worked hard. They went out there. They worked all these hours. They got it. They bought it, and they brought it home, and they're trying to take care of their property and all that. And then I'm going to go behind them because I'm not man enough to go out there and secure my home. I'm gonna do something that a low down person would do and go sneak in behind you and sneak it out. Yeah. Yes, I had a problem with having it secured. Absolutely. Well, yeah, it was wrong. I mean, it was wrong. It was nothing I could do about it. And then I looked at how would I handle this. I said, okay, you need to nothing you can do about what that person did. They gone, they got it in their mind. They said, man, you believe this? This thing is brand new. Oh my god, blah, 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 blah. And and so they got it, and they go out and sell it for whatever kind of highs or use it for the yard or whatever. But when it happened, I said to myself, well, it's nothing I can do about it. I don't know who took it. And so I said, okay, you got to get another one because your yard is notorious for growing out of control. And I can't use little weed whackers. Little weed whackers to me, my grass looks at little weed whackers and say, man, please. That's how my grass and weed does. It just looks at weed whackers that like those $70 and $80 ones. They just look at them and say, please. You take them up in some parts of my yard, they just get tangled up. Then you look down, you see the weed, and you see the line holding on to the weed, and you be like, yeah, okay. But when I get some serious power down there, I just go through it. Just go through it. And it's nothing that the weeds do to stop it. What's this? Yeah. I hope no one has to go through what I went through. I hope no one does. Um, no one, because one thing, and Mr. Bull, the Bull. See, y'all call him the Bull. I've been knowing him for quite a while. Uh, I think he might know that I have cameras and stuff around my property. I didn't see nothing at the time, but type of work I do, I'm familiar with how to secure a place. But the thing about it is, you can slip sometime, and I slipped. I slept on it. I was like, oh, okay. But that is something that I love. I love security. I mean, in my house, when I first bought this house, I put security cameras. Excuse me. I put security cameras, and then I did the alarms and everything. And I was installing all that stuff myself because when I had a man come in and he was telling me, "Oh yes, this $39 a month, and we'll have you all set, and the unit is yours after 1 year." Of course, it's mine after 1 year because I paid for it, and on top of that, it's going to be outdated anyway. And that was back then where But anyway, I went to a store and I bought a unit where you set it all up, and it what it does is somebody breaches anywhere uh that security system set up to secure it. First it calls me. That's how mine was. It called me, and once it called me, it'll say my house number and that in fact I'm being breached. um but if I don't answer that phone after the third ring, it it moves me out of the call circle and it dials directly to 911. And that's what it did. And let me tell you a little trick. Let me tell you something that happened one day. I pull up in the driveway and I set off the alarm. Didn't know it because the alarm is silent. So so it set off the alarm. I come in the house. I start cooking and everything, and I accidentally um, left the door open, the front door, all in a hurry. I had guards that I had to be responsible for at the plant, and I was getting calls all through the night. I was tired. I was beat up, and when I went in the kitchen and I was cooking, I was thinking, oh boy, I get to eat a hot meal because it's been a long time. I got drafted a couple of times, whatever. Um, when I got there, I heard somebody walking in the house. Scared the absolute daylights out of me. Somebody was walking in my house. And he said, police. And he said, sir, could you step out in my direction? Keep your hands where I can see them. Do not make any sudden moves. I said, okay, that sounds like a police. So I came out nice and easy, walked out, and one officer was standing across from the other. You know how they do. They make sure they got each other covered. And I said, hello, how you doing? I said, I'm the owner of the property. And he said, can I see some ID, please? And sure, I had my ID on because I just got off work. And I gave him the ID. He saw my address. He saw me on it. He said, okay, here's what he did. It was slick the way the police officer did it. I'll never forget this. First of all, the police officer came to the door, were very professional. They were very courteous and everything. He came on. He said, sir, can I use your restroom? Now, why do y'all think he asked, could he use the restroom? He asked what? He asked, could he use the restroom? And he was upstairs for a while. He was checking out the upstairs to make sure that I was okay. That's why he was doing it. He went upstairs to use the restroom. He never used the restroom. He just went up there and walked through the house, checked the closets and everything, the doors, and make sure that someone upstairs wasn't being held, like my daughter or son or something, and telling me to go down and talk to the police. He said, that's what he. And so he said, we got a call, and it came in. And that's what happened. It was crazy. I have never ever had the situation. I have never did a community garden thing. I would like to someday be able to help people out and go into an organization like that and be able to look at what they're doing and see if there's some things I can do to improve, or maybe there's some things I can learn. But I'm quite sure. But I know for a fact that when I see people in the conditions they are right now, people are trying to eat. They're trying to teach. If they're smart, they're trying to teach their children to be able to feed themselves. Because to teach your daughter or your son how to garden, teach your daughter or your son how to fish, or teach your daughter and son how to raise rabbits or chickens, and to teach them how to do that. Guess what you're doing? And you don't even know it. Some people, you're teaching your family to eat. I know for a fact you can buy two rabbits, and that's all you would need. You can buy two rabbits, and before you know it, you got rabbit after rabbit after rabbit, until you're going to need bigger cages and more cages because they're going to produce all over the place. But rabbit meat is really good. I just can't bring myself to killing them. Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Okay, I use the black cow is a soil amendment. I just use because it has nitrogen in it. That's why I use it. Now, when I started using black cow, I kept hearing about black cow. I kept hearing about it, and when I would go out and buy other bags of manure, that was it, Walmart was the first place I started buying manure. Was Walmart, and Walmart had this thing where it would say compost and manure. Then it would sell something just says manure, and I said, wait a minute, what kind of manure? And it wasn't written on a bag or anything. I said, this is not good. I would open the bag up, and what I saw in that bag looked like dirt and sludge is what it looked like, and they were selling it. So I said, I don't want this. I said, I don't like this. I don't know what this is. Now, when I got Black Cow, it was just a better deal. I opened the bag up. It looked like cow manure. It looked like a beautiful material that was in that bag, and that's why I kept, using it. But I use compost. I use cow manure because there are different properties in those two that I'm counting on to go into my soil. You get certain biology with your own compost. You get different biology when you add different compost from different sources, like cow manure. I'll give you an example. The bull has rabbits. If I were to get rabbit droppings from him and add to my soil mix, the only thing I would be doing would be improving my soil. That's all it would be doing because there's other, uh, God, what's the word I'm looking for? There are other, you know, elements being added to the soil, and you never go wrong with that. I won't add horse manure, even though a lot of people like horse manure. Horse has one stomach, cow has four, and they tend to process the food down a lot better, so that you don't get as many seeds. Now, I'm not gonna say you get no seeds, but you don't get as many. They have a gentleman online. Some of you have seen this video. They call him the Soil King. The Soil King. He shows you these beautiful, beautiful, beautiful samples of soil. He sells soil, and he sells products to help you amend your soil. God knows he won't tell you what's in it. He will not tell you what's in it. But people buy from him that grow high dollar crops. That's what he does. You grow items such as I want to say marijuana, or they call it uh, I can't think of the other word for it. God, I've been up all day. But cannabis. He sells soil for that. The soil that's that does run very well. I use like I purchased several berries. Let's see, walking to and yeah, black cow is a product, but it is cow manure. Basically, when you break it all the way down. But some people want to sell you manure, and they don't want to give you information really what's in the bag. They want to tell you that oh, it's great stuff. Trust me. But I want to know what's in the bag. What's in the bag? What's in the bag? Um, wood chips seems like it makes the best soil. Wood chips are absolutely great for improving your soil. So is cow manure. So is straw. So is leaves. All have one thing in common. They are mulches. They cover the soil. They cover the soil in an organic manner, and they break down. And the biology in the soil is what makes your plants grow. Um, they eat that. They eat that. A pooping black cow. That's what it looks like. Pooping black cow. Black cow is. They make it sound like they get it from a black cow only, but it comes from cows. Period. I'm still and learning things. Gardening. Well, if you're in the learning phase of gardening, if you go on YouTube and you type in gardening for beginners or gardening 101 and start there. Because you don't want to go to channels where people are telling you all kinds of crazy stuff. You want to go where you understand what they're saying and they're telling you why you're doing what you're doing. And then they tell you why you're doing it and when you should do it, and keep gardening simple. Do not overcomplex this. It's not. There are things we don't know about gardening. Like they say, we know more about the moon than we do about our own soil, and that is a fact. Soil is so complex; they don't understand it completely. The people that are out there to pretend they know everything about it, but they don't. Um, but they know that without it, nothing on this planet will be alive. They know that for a fact. Uh, and they also know that soil improves as you add organic matter to it. Now, I think the bull is saying here, when you stop learning, quit. Absolutely, absolutely. You just quit. Just leave it alone. Because there are people out there. I love it when I see these people on these videos. They say, "Well, all I see is the only way this can grow. It's 6 inches. You're gonna put it over here. It needs to go in the sun, and it's the only way this plant will, And you're looking at them. Then you'll go somewhere and watch another video. And the guy says, "This plant grows perfectly fine in the shade." Wait a minute. The other guy said it only grows in sunlight. Wait a minute. This guy says it only grows in soil, but another guy's growing it in aquaponics. Wait a minute, and it'll confuse the hell out of you. So the thing about it is, keep gardening simple, because it is simple. There's nothing. There's nothing brain surgery to plant in a garden. It's not. You can make it complex, absolutely. And I see people do that a lot on some of these videos. Listen to them. They talk as though this is the only way this can be done. And that's what kind of bothers me when I see a video of the guy says he should say, "This is how I do it. Let me show you how I do it. This is what works for me." Instead of saying, "When you plant corn, remember, you must do, you must." And the word that they're using is telling you, okay, this is the only way it can be done. That's not the case. Wood chip concepts. Wood chip concepts. Um, wood chip concepts. What is it? Wood chips are is a covering, goes on the ground. Wood chip is a covering that goes on the ground. Straw is a covering that goes on the ground. Leaves are a covering that goes on the ground. They all will do the same job. They all will do. If you're in an area and you don't have access to big trucks that can bring big piles of wood chips to you, and you had tons and tons of leaves, guess what you'll use? Leaves. You will use leaves. And the leaves will do the same job. They will cover the ground. If you put them down at 8, 9 inches deep, they will cover the ground. They will fertilize the ground because a leaf is nothing but part of the tree. And all of the nutrients that comes out of the ground goes through the tree and into the leaves. So all you're doing is using nutrients from the tree. Same thing with the wood. They ground it up. It's just part of the tree. It's just that simple. It's all sheet mulching is what it is. Yes, I haven't ordered a load of wood chips in a long time. Ever since I discovered chop and drop, I haven't did it because everything I need is right there in my garden. Every single thing is right there. The branches off the trees, I hack them off. I cut them up into pieces. I put them around my fruit trees. That helps to feed my fruit trees. They help to keep the soil cool during the summer and everything. It helps to keep worms and biology underneath my trees working 24/7. And that's what I do, folks. I don't play around. I'm tired and fed up with people telling me that the sky is purple when I know for a fact that anyone can garden. Just use the approach that's basic, put the seed in the ground, the right time of year, sun, water, and soil, and your plant will grow. Wait a minute. You say some of them they take a. Listen, here's where I'm at. The reason why some of the videos take a long time to get to the point is what I was saying before. That's why I like talking to you. Go to the Bulls video, and I go there and I watch some of his videos, and I see that he gives you the information that he knows. He gives you what he understands, and straight to the point. He gives you the information, the facts. You don't sit there and try to, make it sound over complex. But there are a lot of videos out there. When you see them, here's a dead giveaway. They use extremely big words. They talk a mile a minute about something that would take 2 seconds to say. And then when they all say it all boils down to the same thing. Put the seed in the ground. Make sure the soil has in it what needs to be there in order for that seed to eat. Seed is just like you are. It just needs to eat. It needs the proper environment, and it's going to do its thing. I have okra seeds now from 4 years back. Bought one pack for $2. Still use the same okra seeds, growing every year. Why? Somebody on a video said, "Hey, here's how you save okra seeds." Straight to the point. I like food forest permaculture. Straight to the point. I like uh, Garden City. Straight to the point. Straight to the point. I don't like videos. I don't like the complicated and it doesn't pay off because it just burns you out. I want truth. I want truth. Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, good people, on that note, what time is it now? Oh, 9 o'clock. Whoa, is it 9 o'clock? 9 p.m. Do you know? Yeah, but I had a good day today. I'm thinking about I have a better day now since I got online with everyone. I'm having a better day. Um, but when I go out there and walk through my property in the spring, I'm gonna tell you something. And I see that beautiful grass I got cut, and I mulch my grass, but the beautiful grass I got cut, and then I have my trees around. It feels like I'm in a park. I don't have the biggest yard, don't need the biggest yard, too much. But if you got a big yard, congratulations, that's great. But to have a big yard and to have the trees laid out and the trees are all healthy, you should see the way my trees looked out uh, when I started adding the wood around the base of the tree. I started having beautiful, beautiful, um, beautiful dark green leaves, and and I was happy. So now I have a couple of tree branches that are hanging over in my yard from some stray tree. I'm gonna cut those branches off, and I'm gonna cut into 12-inch pieces, and I'm gonna put them around certain trees in my yard. And that's called using everything around you. The weeds, cut them back, stay on them, pull them up, stay on them, and you can put them around plants as mulch. You could just pick them and drop them right to the ground. And that's I mean that's just so smart. It's growing right there anyway. It's growing right there. It's not going anywhere. So I definitely make certain that I take care of those weeds. And the weeds, see, the way I look at the weeds are actually producing food for me because I'm using their carcasses, their roots and everything. I'm using them as food. I pull it from the ground, or I go with the trimmer and I cut them all down real low. They fall and hit the ground. They go right into the ground. If I want to rake them up and put them all around certain plants, I can do that. It's beautiful. Okay, I think you're saying that this is better than the trash that's on TV. I tell you, if so, I appreciate that compliment. I appreciate that. Bitty by Betty. Yeah. Okay. Hey there. And I tell you one thing, it's just a beautiful thing. It's just beautiful. Okay, food for us. I think I understand you saying this is better. Thank you, morning dog. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. I definitely said thank you. I don't know. I figured. Look, listen. I figured you guys would get bored with me by now. I mean, they would say this guy. God, this guy can talk. He can talk. Um, but I enjoy gardening. Gardening is. I like. I'm going to say it, folks. It's like a drug to me. Lead Farmer 49. Oh, no, 73. Lead Farmer 40, 73 mentioned me one time on a video that he made, and I kept a copy of that because it was the first time um, that somebody mentioned me on their video. And then I had another person that was live, and I go and I tap into their room, and I'm watching them, and I might say hello, and they say, "Oh, the morning garden, hello," because they recognize me, and and that's quite a compliment. Thank you very much. I had a let me take this between you and I, food for us. This between you and I went out to karaoke on Saturday, and they had a gentleman that came in. He was from the military. He sang in a military band, travels all around the world. And he said, no, excuse me, he performed. And I listened to him because a lot. What I do is I go to karaoke and I learn from these people. So when I heard him sing and all the notes were, I said, okay, okay, I see what he's doing. I said, this gentleman was professionally trained. He wowed the crowd, and they loved him. I got up and sang, and I did a Lou Rawls. Some of you are familiar with Lou Rawls. You'll never find another love like mine, and that's the song I did. The crowd, as soon as I opened my mouth, they started responding, and in a positive way. And I had the opportunity to enjoy that. And it felt so good because all that hard work I put in when I'm up here practicing for hours on end, practicing 4 days a week, working on technique, working on phrasing, enunciation, breathing. And so when you go out, you like a pistol, you already loaded and cocked. And so the next thing I want to get is my own equipment because I get tired of other people adjusting my sound, making the adjustments to my sound. I don't like that because they're not bringing me out. See, I record music here. I have a studio set up where I record singers and that sort of thing. And I don't like when somebody's taking my voice and turning stuff out and turning to, I don't like that. But anyway, long story short, I'm back. But I just thought I'd just bring it up. And I had a good time singing Saturday. She was glad to see me. The host of the karaoke said, "Don't you dare be away this long again." And I looked at her, I said, "Brother got to make some money, so I got to keep working. So I'll see you when I see you." But I appreciate the compliment she gave me. But singing is hard. Singing is hard if you want it to sound right. If you're doing happy birthday, yeah, you could do that. But when you want to, pitch perfect type of deal, if you're that kind of person, then you're gonna work for that. Anyone can do it, but you're gonna work for it. Let's see what we got here. I do have some videos up there I want to go see. Let's see, what is it? You'll see some pictures on my site. Barry White. I do a lot of his music. And then the old lady, she does. Oh God, I can't think of the song, but I recorded her and mixed her sound and everything. She's up on my site as well, and I love to hear her sing. Yeah, I met her at karaoke, in fact. Let's see. Oh, love story. But I want to tell you, is gardening is got to be my between singing and gardening. Oh my God, they both up there. Gardening is my first love, but so is singing. Oh my goodness, yeah. I mean, incredible. You affect people. You help people enjoy their day when you sing. Guy comes in, lady comes in, he had a rough day at work, had a rough day at home, and you're up there singing something from whatever song. I mean, you might be singing a beautiful song like My Funny Valentine, and their day gets better. Wait a minute, hold up. Foods Garden City knows about Love Ballads by LTD Jeffrey Osborne. Oh yeah, you grew up in the era where they was making music. You grew up in the era where they was making music. Nowadays, a lot of it is just thrown together. They put a beat behind it, they write it real quick, and say, "All right, give me my check." That's what they do now. But back in the day when they didn't pay you to sing, when you got very little money, if any, you had to bring it. And you had people out there like, oh God, Sam Cooke, the beautifully written songs. Elvis did a lot of good music, very well written, very, the music was orchestrated beautifully together. I mean, you can just Aretha Franklin, all of her music, a lot of classic stuff. BB King, the thrill is gone away. My God, please. Oh, it's beautiful. And my favorite of all of them is Barry White. That's my favorite. That's my favorite. He sounds like a guy. He sang about love and he sang about togetherness, and that's why I like him. You have LDD on your playlist, Jeffrey Osborne, and oh my goodness, oh my goodness. I don't know how old some of you people are, but for you to be listening to that kind of music, you definitely know something about music. But I grew up in the era of Jeffrey Osborne. I remember back in the day, some of you remember when they were actually vinyl, they were records instead of CDs. And the music, when I used to get it, I would sit up there at night and I'll be there with my little phonograph and I'll be, where did we go wrong? And I'll be listening at that going, oh my God, listen at this. And you hear him hitting all these beautiful notes and oh man, I tell you, they don't make them like that no more. Man, you take me back when you mention people like the Isley brothers. Oh come on, McFadden and Whitehead. Ain't no stopping us now. Wait a minute, Garden City. Sound like you grew up in some of the neighborhoods I grew up in. Um, yep, the combination TV. That's what they were. I remember them things. When a lady came, my neighbor came in. I love this woman. She's like a mother to me. She said, "Could you see if you could fix my phonograph?" That's what she called it. And the thing was like almost 9 feet long. And I remember taking the photograph out and checking it and putting a needle in it and everything. And I got it back working. Um, and then she gave me the one that was downstairs in the basement. And I loved that. And I took it out of there. And I was a kid, and I took it out of there. That thing was heavy. Me and a couple of guys, and we took it upstairs in my house, and we had it there. So when the ladies came over, we would play the songs they loved. Teddy Pendergrass and Peebo Bryson, you know, had music. We had music. Yep, 45 records and 78. 78, yep. My first record that I ever bought was Wild Cherry. Play that funky music. Yep. That was my first record I ever purchased. My first record I ever purchased with my own money. And it had a picture of beautiful lips on the front of it eating a cherry. Yep. Marvin Gaye. Yep. Oh my God. Champagne. Yeah. Rick James. Wait a minute. Hold up. Hold up. Garden City, you got to be you had to growing up in some of my neighborhoods. You had to. The Commodores. Oh yeah. Oh my God. You're right, because my favorite they did, she's a brick house. Yeah. I played that record too, it didn't play anymore. SOS band. You can do it, take the time, do it right, can do it, baby. I remember that. I remember that. I remember that. Oh my goodness. Damn, y'all taking me back. And I'm gonna tell you something else. It was a song that stuck with me. Barry White said, "Now that I'm here, no more fears. Come here, come here." I love that. And oh, baby, can't you see? Can't you see that I mean, he was a poet. He was a poet. Barry White. Barry White. Yep. Born September the 12th. Stairways to Heaven. Wait a minute. When you say Stairways to Heaven, let me tell you something. When this lady tried to redo this, she was using their track. It was sad to me. But what the OJs did to Stairways to Heaven, if anyone else tries to come out and do anything with Stairways to Heaven, they got a lot of ground to cover because those guys got in that studio and put something on that. You know, they were craftsmen and they put that on that track and it was done. And that's just that simple. Now, I'm gonna tell you something, folks. And some of you might not be into it. Maybe some of you are. I have programs in my studio that will allow me to take a person that's a so-so singer and I can fix their notes. They can hit some bad notes. I can go in and fix it. I can change the key and everything. I can change stuff in there. And I'll give a good example. This young lady came over and she did a song, and I remember she did a very good job all the way through till she got to the crescendo, and she started to have some problems where she got a little pitchy at the top. So she left the recording with me, and I did my magic that I do. It takes hours and it takes a lot of skill to do that. It's a learning curve. I'll say that. Um, and so I went into the recording. I kept listening to it over and over again. I pulled the music out, and what I usually do, I usually mix the vocals first. I don't have the music playing around it or anything. I take all that, and I take all that out because I don't want that in there. I want just the voice. And then I clean up the voice and fill the voice in and add what effects I'm going to add or whatever. But I respect the artist and I keep it the same. Keep it the same. Long story short, when she came over and she listened to the record that I finished messing with, and I told her I wasn't finished yet. I've already had like 2, 3 weeks. I told her I wasn't finished with it yet. I said, this may take a month or two for me to mix this down or longer. What she heard, she got teary eyed. She couldn't even believe it was her. She could not believe that she had that kind of ability. And that's what they do when they do records in the studio. You have professionals in there that are just doing crazy stuff that are beyond most of our scopes that they can do in the studio. And that's how that works. Yes, yes, plants, plants, yes, plants love music. They do. Okay, all right. You might want to read after Mhm. Someone wants a kiwi cutting. And nothing wrong with that. As long as you're enjoying yourself, play that flute. Play that flute. Um, what zone is that? Would you know? North Virginia. What zone is that? Because I know it'll grow in North Virginia because North Virginia grows a lot of crops up there. I mean, it's North Virginia. Yes. Zone 7 absolutely grow kiwi there. Absolutely. Let me just show you something. My kiwi almost today showed me that it has roots. Listen, folks. This is called making $1 out of 15 cents. These This here didn't take. See, I could take this out of here now if I wanted to. But let me see what I got here. I scratched this. Oh yeah, this is completely dead. So I can take it out. This is dead because the average one here, this is the sorriest one, and even it has growth, and it's doing quite well. And I see down here where it's trying to do the root thing. I guess you can see that. It's trying to do the root thing. But no roots have appeared but one. Whoa, wait a minute. There's one root. Oh, there's another root. Some roots are trying to do it, folks. Some roots are trying to do it. And all I did to accomplish this was, God, it took a lot of patience. Now, this one here is getting showing off too much. This one's showing off way too much. That one there. Look at how big and thick it is, and it's just growing. And kiwi is awesome plant because once you get them started, they grow big and burly, and you just happy because you got them. And the fruit that it produces in September. Look at it. This is another sorry one here. This is another sorry one. But look, it's got roots getting it's calloused up and everything. It's calloused up, and that's a little bit of growth on it. Let me just leave it right there in the water and know that it's going to be okay. The leaves are bright green and pretty. This camera doesn't do it any justice because this is an inexpensive camera. Yeah, so that's where I'm at. Folks, I did it. I did it. I did it. I got these things to grow. And it looks like I'm gonna have some plants from this. Now, here's what my plan is. I'm gonna tell all of you what my plan is. Since I like the kiwi plant so much, I said I'm gonna try to sell this. I'm gonna try to make some kind of return. So somebody say, I appreciate what you do, Morning Gardener. I'll buy some from you because I want to support that person who, they got to keep that computer rolling and bring this good show to us. I want definitely to make certain I support you because you bring information, and I love doing this. I love doing this. Oh, thank you for the thumbs up. I appreciate it. Well, I said, I'm gonna tell you something like this. Here's where I'm rolling it with it. Plants, tricky. You can sell them. Get them there to the person is the thing. But I've seen the way they boxed mine up when I bought mine. Now here's what mine was. Mine was this big when I bought it. They got me, and I wouldn't do that to nobody. They got me for $12 for this. That's what it was $12. And I felt kind of bad. I said, wait a minute, what is this? And I hit them up. I said, what is this? It was the last of the bunch, or what happened? They said to me, sir, it will grow. That was the email. It will grow. So I knew I wanted to have kiwi, but I kept thinking about all the big plants that are in Lowe's that are kiwis, and also Lowe's and Home Depot. I'm thinking about those. Let me tell you something about those. Don't like those. The reason why I don't like those is because they need to order online, and kiwi will make to the door overnight. Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. That's right. Oh man, thank you, Food Forest Permaculture. Thank you. That's right. You can order the expensive shipping stuff, and it'll get there. You don't want this in. Definitely don't want this in the mail for 2 or 3 weeks because the chance you get it up been in the dark in a box for 2 or 3 weeks, chances are it's going to be dead when it gets there. Like the garden clubs give out free cuttings. Lots of gardening clubs give out free cuttings. I did not know that. I did not know that. Because if that was the case, I would have been got me a cutting from everybody keep talking about figs. I think the last time I don't know what they taste like because the last time I tasted a fig, I think I was like 11 years old. North Carolina. His tree was growing these big things on it. And my father said, these are figs. And I said, and I bit into it. I said, oh, I don't like that. It's all mushy. And of course, my taste has matured since then. Hopefully. And what happened was, there was eating. I bit into it, but I spit it back out because it didn't taste like the Fig Newton cookies. It just didn't. That's what I was used to. Beautiful, beautiful. I love it. And I'm going to breathe all over these plants. I'm going to breathe all this carbon dioxide all over these plants. Ah, give them that. Then they use that and they produce oxygen. Oxygen. I think that's their waste material. Yeah, Fig Newton cookies. That's what I was raised up on those, so I knew how they taste. But when I tried to eat a actual fig that was grown on an actual tree, it was a different taste, and I wasn't accustomed to it. But there's one fig called brown turkey that I would go to the store and they wouldn't have anymore, and then they had something called Chicago, and then when I looked at the label on it, what made me not buy the tree because it said this tree will grow 30 feet wide and 35 feet tall. I said, I don't think I have enough room for this. So, that being said, now most of you know already you could take a standard tree that would normally grow 30 feet tall. I learned this later on in life and keep it at 6 feet. You can keep that tree small. You can keep that tree small. Yes, it is. It is wonderful. Yes. Yes. Oh man. I'm gonna love you, just a little more, baby. I just think that. Let me touch this leaf. I cannot believe these leaves are out like that. I mean, there was no leaves on this thing at one time. No leaves. This is beautiful. You should see them in person. I mean, they really look good. They just are full of life and they're young and they're strong. And this is just a branch I took off a tree. There's plenty more there. I could go out there now and take another 20 cuttings off of this. I had a lot of cuttings, and I got some stuck outside growing. I got some in here. I got some in the bag. Please, I wanted to make certain that there was going to be no accident that I wouldn't have them. Yep. Let me sit this back over there, folks, before I accidentally knock it down. It feels so good. Oh, baby. Dun, 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 dun. You have no idea how it feels. All right, good people. On that note, I'm going to call it for the night. Thank you all for stopping in. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. It's been a great time online. Thank you. But I think we run over the time. It's like an hour, 40 minutes we've been here. And I don't know how much they'll actually let you download or do what they got to do, what they got to do. And I want to say good night to everyone, everyone, everyone. We did it again. We had the highest numbers, the highest thumbs up, and we definitely broke a record because it was 16 thumbs up, the last count. And I want to thank you all for making it possible. All of you, thank you.